Hello everyone, good evening. Welcome to the live webinar for the EDMCS application. And this is going to be an introductory session for the Enterprise Data Management Cloud Services application. So basically, in today's webinar, we are going to discuss what is EDMCS and what are all the aspects of it, and why the people use it, and what are the various benefits and features of EDMCS. Okay, so let's start. So basically, EDMCS is just a metadata handling tool, or we can say what is metadata. You can question that. So metadata is just the data about data, and it is information or suppose we have some chart of account. Okay, and in the chart of accounts we have chart of account is just the hierarchy of balance sheet items and all the income statement items. Okay, it have all the accounts. So suppose we have travel expense or we have electricity expense. So electricity expense is just the metadata and the amount which it have, like it have $5,000. Okay, or it have $1,000 of amount. So 1,000 is just data and metadata is electricity expense. So yeah, so ADMCS handles the metadata among various application or products, and it is meaningful for a person or the company who have all the or majorly have the products of Oracle basically. Okay, and suppose other than that the Oracle products, suppose company have some homegrown application in which they are maintaining the all the ERP or ERP like ERP data, and it have all the accounts and all the things on some their own homegrown application. Okay, but they want to streamline all the metadata to the EPM applications also. Okay, so I will make one PowerPoint, like make one paint. Uh, I will make you understand with one presentation in the paint. Okay, so suppose this is the T-shaped type of integration we have. Okay, so suppose we have, let me just zoom it. Okay, so suppose we have PBCS application as well. We have ePBCS and we have FCCS, and the client is also using, or the company is also using some ERP application, like some homegrown application or PeopleSoft they are using. Okay, so in the horizontal integration, suppose they have some product dimension in the PVC's application, and they want to streamline or harmonize the product, like they have some modification, they have some active product, or they are adding new product line in the previous application, but they want that they want all the modification to go to the EPBCS and also to the FCCS. Okay, so this is horizontal integration, but at the same time, if some changes are made in the ERP application, okay, so like I have made the company have made some changes in the PeopleSoft. Okay, and they want to push all the modification from the ERP or from any tool they have to to this top line application. Okay, they want to create a master view in which EDMCS provide the feature that in master view we can create all view for the viewpoints for all the application, and within one change we make one change in the source application, all the changes will go to the target application. So basically EDMCS provide a sort of reliance that when we make some changes even within the source application, we can import export the metadata within the application, and basically it better works for the Oracle products. Okay, and for the custom applications, like we have which are not the products of Oracle, we can use a CSV file and we can use other files to import or export the data metadata. Okay, and vice versa, we can have both types of synchronization. We can import or export the data. Okay, so suppose the PeopleSoft have made some modification in the PVC in the PeopleSoft, and we want to push it to PBCS, EBCS, and FCCS. Okay, so within just one click, and we can just transform the data, and we can get the new updated version of our chart of account or whatever we have. Okay, so So this is a very full meaningful, very much meaningful for the people who have Oracle products within line and also using some custom application. Okay, so okay, so this is this red circle you can see here. This is, you can say, as a master view. Okay, this is the master view, you can say. Okay, so let's go to the slide and see some theoretical part. Okay, so what is master data management? Master data is a code that refer to the business information shared across the organization. It consists of the structural and hierarchical reference, which is essential for a specific business. Eventually, it remains constant, but we need to update it regularly. So, likewise, I've just said that we have some we have product dimension, and we have some updation in the product line, or we have introduced new products. So how we can, like, we have made changes in the source application, but in the target application we are not getting the updation. So with the help of EDMCS we can surely do that. Okay, so a company with master data management solution acquires consistency, correctness, capability required for all companies operation, significant to supply clients, partners, prospects, and employees. So this will be make our work very easy. So we don't have to make changes in our all application. We can just with the help of EDMCS we can make all the changes with one click, or we can say with some sort of mapping we can just like change the data metadata from one application to multiple applications. Okay, so yeah. So Oracle EDMCS. So we are just explaining that Oracle Enterprise Data Management Cloud Services. Cloud manages changes in your business by ensuring consistency across enterprise data, even across disparate applications. So likewise, I've just told you that we have disparate applications and we have multiple application in which there is no streamlined metadata. Okay, let's say suppose in PBCS application we have entity dimension. Okay, and the structure is like in the entity we have the top member as C underscore 100, and it have further children and it have one child that is C underscore 101. Okay, but let's say in FCCS. Okay, in FCCS we have entity dimension again, and it is like it is only with it do not have C underscore, it only have 100 as the parent, and further it have child like 101, and it can have many other children like 102. Okay, and in PBCS it is like C underscore 102 again. Okay, so this is kind of like disparate data metadata in our application, and we can just easily make some expression on all the things we will just cover in our later sessions. Okay, so we can also do mapping, and we can make custom validation. We can also provide that, and we can also build expression that if we just make any changes in the source application, it will go to the target application either by manually, or we have subscription based type of data synchronization. Okay, so we can work both ways, like either we can manually change any updation, we can manually do that, or we have subscription based. Okay, metadata metadata synchronization. Okay, so we have two types of updation methods here. So basically, enterprise data management cloud services, that is from Oracle. We have many application. Along with that, we have some custom application also. So we can just move metadata across the application. Okay, from the disparate sources also. Okay, and one more thing, enterprise data is very much refined that it allow both type of data, that like we have transactional data and we have analytical data, including application specific metadata. And alternatively, in the traditional application, we don't have some sort of like benefit, or we say the feature that it do not allow these types of many other types of data. But in EDMCS, we have both types of supporting that it can have transactional data and analytical data also. Okay, and I will not go into the keywords, but yeah, we can maintain all types of data in that. And with data, I mean that metadata. Okay, so suppose, for example, if the company have sort of chart accounts and organizational cost center, whatever it have, and legal entity ownership, we can manage all types of categories here. Okay, so basically the top challenges people face is that when we have many other applications, just like I've told you. Okay, in the notepad, I'll just explain you that in PBCS entity dimension we have as C underscore 100. But in FCCS, we do not have C underscore. We directly have the numbers, that entity number or the hierarchy. We have that. We have 100, and under 100 we have the 101 and 102. So this type of disparate data we can have, we have in the real world, and we can manage that with the help of EDMCS application. Okay, and if I give you more example like that, so suppose, let's say when we have some custom application, and suppose it have expense, and in that application all the expenses start with some name. They might have some name, and they will start with E10,000. Okay, and I will make you side by side. Okay, and let's say suppose one expense is traveling expense, and it might have name as, okay, E1 10,001, and later it have electricity expense, and it could be named as okay. So this is about the custom application. Let's say we have FCC's application, and in that application we have chart of account as expense. We have one account as expenses, but for traveling expense, let me just copy it. For expenses, it is having I underscore expenses, EXP, and for the children it have I underscore EXP, and then it have 100, or we can say 001, and later it can have. So this type of disparity we can face. Okay, so with the help of you can see here that in the custom application, the the name and all the things are maintained in different manner, but in the FCC's application, all the other accounts and chart of accounts are maintained in some other manner. Okay, they have some different name. So we want to link that travel expense which was in custom application, and we want that to convert in the fashion of FCC's application. So this type of like consistency we can provide in with the help of EDMCS application, and we can standardize how we want to take the metadata from the source to the target. Okay, and we can also provide some expression so that whenever we just drag and drop, I will just in our future session we will discuss that how we can transfer the metadata along with the applications. Okay. Okay, so one thing is data chain. And before I go in the data chain, I will show you how the EDMCS application looks and how we can work on it. Okay, so this is our EDMCS application. You can see here, and this is the home page. And I have logged in with some user one. Okay, so you can see here we have various application under this applications tab. You can see we have various kinds of application which are pre-built. And if you want to register some application, so I will go on register. And by default, EDMCS provide a basic structure for all the application which Oracle have. That is like we have financial close, consolidation in close. We have financial cloud general ledger. We have planning application as well. We have modules for that. We have, and for custom application, we can easily make any sort of custom application with this universal option. Okay, so it also says that manage enterprise data for any business application for which a packed application type does not exist. This application can be Oracle and non-Oracle, cloud or on-premise, or managed by a third-party system. So this gives a feasibility to work on custom applications also, apart from the Oracle applications. Okay, so again go to home page. And for every application, we have different view for that. We will have a later discussion about that also in our future sessions. So I will not go deep down into it. Just was trying to give you a brief about it and make you understand, and you can visualize a bigger picture of it. Okay. So we have views like in the applications, we have an FCC's application that is financial consolidation in close. You can see here for every application, EDMCS automatically create one view for it. And on the view, you can find various dimensions. So let me just open FCCS. And under FCCS, you can find various dimension which FCCS already have. So let's suppose FCCS have account dimension, and you can see we have all the chart of account which is now visible in the EDMCS application. So we have just imported it from the FCCS application, and it is now visible in the account dimension in this tab. Okay, so this is called a viewpoint. This account is called a viewpoint. You can see here if you just hover it, you can see in the this is called a viewpoint, and it is from the FCC's application. You get all the details here, and it is from the account dimension. Same goes with the entity, because in FCCS we have entity dimension also. Okay, and you can see we have the hierarchy in here. Okay. Okay, so let's go to data chain object here. So data chain object is just like it is a sequence of data, like metadata, like we have application and how the data goes. So we have application, then we have views, we have dimension, we have viewpoints. So suppose for every application we have node types. Okay, and for every node types, under node types you have hierarchy sets, we have node sets, and we can view it further in the viewpoints. So data chain is just the set of objects, you can say. Okay, and I also put it the timeline for it. You can also read it. Okay, so this is most important, what is nodes and what are about nodes. So nodes is just that like we have in the FCCS, we called it as members. Okay, member or members, and we have some sort of hierarchy, and we can make two types of hierarchy in any EDMCS application, like two types of data metadata we can manage. Like we can either have in the hierarchy way, or we can have it in the list view also. So this is you can see here, this is sort of a hierarchical metadata. And nodes, so master of reference data record used to describe, qualify, or summarize enterprise data are managed in Oracle EDMCS as nodes. Nodes can be grouped into list or hierarchies. So I will just let you explain that. So suppose in EDMCS we have various types of applications. Okay, but for every application, like we have FCCS here, and we have entity dimension here. Okay, let me just open any of the parent here. Okay, so let's say we have CT. Okay, and for CT, I want to add one child to it. So like for auditing purpose, and for data, like we can keep track of it, how what are the modification has been done, and what sort of updation has been made. We can check. So we every time we have to make one new request. Okay, and suppose I want to add one child to CT, C underscore T. So I will just click on it, on the three dots, and I will just add a child to it. And I will just can give name to it. And you can see we have all the properties which are coming from the target application. And you can see you can say that all the properties what FCCS have, you can easily can see that in here. Okay. So, and with that, with this plus icon, you can also add top node. Top node is that, like you can see here, c underscore all underscore corp dot comp company underscore vi. So this is the top node. So top nodes are which have uh, I mean top nodes are those which do not have any parent. Okay, like on the top of top node, we can either have the viewpoints only. We do not have any other parent for the top nodes. So this is for the top node. So in this case, like in this slide, you can see the top node is departments NAM only Geo and GEO. So departments NAM only Geo is the top node in this picture you can see, and GE also GEO is also the top node. Why we are saying that these are the top nodes? Because they do not have further parent to it. Okay. So what is a parent? By the name it suggests that the parent is just who have some children or who have some child to it. Okay, so you can see here FRA is the parent of the leaf node. So what are the leaf node? The leaf node are those who do not have further children to it. So 230 and 410 are the leaf node, and the parent node is FRA. Okay, and what are the limbs? Suppose we have GEO, and for the GO have two children, that is one ASN and EMA, and for the EMA also have for the children. So that is why we are calling ASN and EMA as the limb nodes. Okay, and and what is sibling and child? You know that sibling are these two, and these two are also sibling, and these two are also sibling. And what are the root node? So the highest node in the hierarchy set, or a node type. So root node do not have parents. For example, the highest node in the hierarchy set is the root node. So root node is the highest node in the hierarchy. Okay. So let's go further. So as I told you that we can maintain two type of we can have two type of hierarchy sets. Like we can either have the data in the list form or in the hierarchy form. So for the list, we have like the company node, and it do not maintain any type of hierarchy. It will just come in the list form of view, and we cannot distinguish that who is the parent and who is the child to a particular, like when we see a balance sheet. Okay, I will just show you. Like in the FCCS, we have the balance sheet. So you can see here for total assets, we can have all the assets will come under this. We cannot have the liabilities. Okay. So in total assets, we can have to current asset, long-term assets, and the current assets, we will see the cash and all the current assets. Like we have cash and cash equivalents, we have account receivable, we have other receivables, we have inventories and all the things. So this is a kind of hierarchical view, we can say. So in EDMCS, we can manage both type of metadata. Either it can be list type or it can be of hierarchy. It can have hierarchy. Okay. And for hierarchy, you know that whatever comes in the child will roll up to the parent. If we have set the data source property, again, it is like more sort of like a far level thing. So for the basic class, for the just for the sake of making it for the introductory class, I'm just not going deep into. Okay. So what is a hierarchy set? So hierarchy set is let me just show you. So for the EDMCS, we have node types, we have hierarchy sets, we have node sets also, and we will again discuss in the further classes. So I will just I'm just giving you a glimpse of it. So we have node types. So node types of, let me just open it. So for every application, for the dimension, it automatically like when we create when we register the application, it will have the node type. So this is for the financial consolidation and close application, and it have the node type for the account dimension. And under this, you can see we have the all the properties of which I was just talking, that we are getting all the properties in here, and we have the converters as well, and we have validation. We can provide many expression in here. We have the data chain, which we have just talked about, how the data goes and data moves. So from the node type, we go to the hierarchy sets. We have the node sets, and we have the viewpoints as well. And we can also assign the permission. We have the policies also for the approval policies. Permissions are just who can be the owner, or who can like get access to it, who can read or write the data in it. And for the in the general tab, we have the proper name and description about the node type. Okay. And to which application it belongs. Okay. And we have the binding type, and these are all the like pro level things. So okay, let me just close it. Okay, then we have the hierarchy sets. So in hierarchy sets, for every application, again, we have the hierarchy sets, and we can also create the hierarchy sets also. And same goes with the node types. And let me just open one hierarchy set. So in the hierarchy set, you will see when we go to definition and we open the account. Okay, when you go to definition, you can see we have the account dimension here, and we can define the child option and the child node types. So if we want to make if we have many other like type of node types here, nodes here, we can also like add in here, and we can make any of them node types to the child, or make it to the parent. So let me just edit it. And like suppose we have any other node type here. Okay, so we can make the particular node to its child, or make it to the parent. And then we have node set. So in node set, again, we have the account dimension here, that is node type. And you can see here, likewise, we had in the chart of accounts of the account dimension. You can see whatever the nodes were there, they are now showing in the node set. All the top nodes are showing in here. Sorry. All the top nodes are showing in here, and we have the data chain also. And whatever the option we open, it shows us as inspected. If we open hierarchy sets, and if we open it, it will show as inspected in the data chain. Okay. And further, we have the properties in it. In here, properties, we have all the properties which the all the applications have. We can see here. We can also search the properties, and then we have lookup sets. Lookup sets is just like suppose in our source application, we have uh, account type as for assets we have A, and for liabilities we have L. But in target application, we want that if in source we have A, so in target automatically by A automatically we want to get the value as asset in the target application. So this is how we can like get the lookup sets. We can set the lookup sets. I will just show you an example here. So you can see in the source application we have A as the key value, and in the value we want that to come as asset. So these types of like manipulation and a feature it have. Okay, so let's move on to a slide again. And I've told you what our hierarchy set, what our node set, and a viewpoint also. Okay, so what are shared nodes? You all know that if you are if you are from the EPM background, or you're working on the FCCS or the PBCS application, you very well know that we have a sort of shared type of feature, or the data storage type as shared for the particular member. So same in the EDMCS application, uh, like we have in the particular hierarchy we are in, and we want to like it is shown in in this screen that we have 100 and it have one child that is 101, but we want that by report we want 101 to come again in the particular in the viewpoint. And by viewpoint I mean this the dimension. Okay, so I want that 101 should come in as a shared member, or the shared node in the in the vocabulary of EDMCS, we call it as node. Okay, so this is like a feature we can also do that. Okay, and one more thing, we have to enable it when we register one application. So then we have to create it also. Okay, so working with properties. So again, I'm telling you that we will also like go more deep into it when we have the further sessions. But for the introductory class, I'm just telling you that the properties are just whatever the member have, the node have, and like we have in the C underscore 100 in the example. So this is the parent node, and further it can have more children. So all the properties will be same for each and every node in the hierarchy. Okay, and you can see we have the properties for the financial consolidation we have, and we can have for the planning and budgeting also, and we can add or delete the properties also for the custom application as well. Okay. Okay, and then we have a request-driven change management and data visualization. So unlike other data management solution, Oracle EDMCS takes a novel approach to enable data management, and users can make all changes within the security of a request. So this is basically like the audit people have. They do not have much IT skills majorly. So, but nowadays they have. But suppose a non-IT person want to track all the changes, like all the modification, and for all every modification for every changes, EDNCS requires a request to generate before the changes has been made. So, like I want to add one account in the chart of account of cash and cash equivalents. So suppose I want to add cash account in that. So I want to raise a request, and before raising any request, I cannot do that. So To make any changes, I have to click on new request, and the request will be generated. And with that request, I can simply make the changes, and EDMCS will have track of it. And for the auditing purpose, for the security purpose, it is very important to keep the track of all the changes. And let's say we want to make some people who should approve the changes, so we can also do that. Okay. So suppose a person is Sam, and he is a user who is just changing the data, but there's a person who is Tim, who is going to approve the changes. So we will set one approver for the particular node type, or for the viewpoint. We can, for the particular application, we can also do that. Okay. And and we can also have who is modified the data, what was the last date of the modification. You can see all the details here in the request tab. Okay, so administrator can configure highly tailored fit for purpose business perspective, and to facilitate across applications. And basically, we can have many features like in the EDMS application, and we will discuss it. And we can configure accordingly to our need. Okay. And we can have various owners for the application, and we can just make in the access control, I will show you. So this, go to navigator, and in the access control we have users, and we can assign application role to them, and we can assign application owners also. It is just loading. You can see here we have various users here, and we can make groups, approval groups, we can integration groups, and we can have many other sort of like we can make owners to a particular group, or we can make owner of the application to a particular user. Okay. So this kind of feasibility EDMCs have. Okay. And then we have the subscription. The subscription is just suppose we have made some changes in the source application. Okay. And we don't want to like manually do that, manually want to make the changes to the target application. So with the help of subscription, we can synchronize the make needed data changes in the target application. Whatever changes are made in the source application, we can directly have the changes. We can see that in the subscription, with the subscription option, and the changes will be made in the target application. And one more thing, like either it can have automatically we can submit that, or we can have a sort of email notification for that, that one guy will have the notification, and he will manually do the changes. Okay. So before ending this session, I will just want to show you one thing, that how we just transfer data between the application. That was the core of this uh, webinar. Suppose I will open FCCS, or let's say I have one custom application. Okay. So assume this is a 1 minute. Okay, we have corporate GL, that is financial cloud application, and we have company, and then we have line of business. Suppose I want to transfer some metadata or some nodes or anything from the company to the line of business. So I can simply just like I want to transfer 201. So I will just simply by clicking on the side by side view layout, I will make a new request, and I will just drag this and take it to the line of business. Okay, so this is how we can, and you can see we have raised a request. So a request number will be generated every time. Okay, so I will just close it. So this is how you can transfer the metadata among the application, and we can also create a master view for that. And how we can do that, we will see in the future sessions. So with this create icon, you can create a master view in which you can have all the node types and all the dimensions from various application, and you can do the data metadata changes. Okay, and one more thing is that you can maintain various types of hierarchies, like for the statutory purpose and for the management purpose. You can maintain either ways as per the requirement of the company. Okay, so that's it for the today's session. Thank you for watching this and attending this webinar, and I will be more waiting for you to see you in the future sessions. So thank you.